What did your child write that got the school involved? My son Lucas came home last Tuesday with one of those innocent-looking, write about a fun sleepover worksheets from school. I barely skimmed it. He's 9. I figured it was about video games and popcorn. I was cooking dinner, juggling work texts, and just tossed it on the counter. Thought nothing of it. Next morning, I'm halfway through my shift at the diner when my phone rings. It's the school. Lucas's teacher sounds panicked, like genuinely shaken. "We need to talk about Lucas's assignment," she says. "I've already contacted the school counselor. We're mandated to report this." She wouldn't say more over the phone. Just told me to come to the school immediately. I told my manager it was a family emergency, dropped my apron, and sped across town with my hands shaking. My stomach was in knots. I kept thinking, what the hell did he write? When I got there, the principal, counselor, and his teacher were all waiting for me. Silent, serious faces. The teacher handed me the paper. It was titled, "My Fun Sleepover." The first sentence knocked the air out of me. Daddy's friend Mason slept in my bed when Daddy couldn't drive him home because he was too sleepy from drinking. I blinked, reread it. My brain tried to convince me I was misunderstanding. Then came, Mason smelled like outside and cigarettes and was super sweaty and kept making weird noises. And then, his breath was really hot on my neck, but he was probably just tired like Daddy. I felt my chest seize up. I looked at the staff. The counselor said CPS was already on their way. They suspected abuse. I was shaking. I called my ex-husband Jake right there in the office. I screamed at him, asked him what the hell happened. First, he brushed it off. "Lucas is just being dramatic," he said. But when I said I was calling the cops, his tone changed. Jake admitted Mason had crashed at his place Friday night after work. Jake had been drinking, passed out early. He told Mason to crash on the couch. That was it, he claimed. When I picked Lucas up Saturday, he'd been quiet. Not upset, just a little tired. It didn't register. Now I felt like I'd failed him. While we waited for CPS to arrive, I started digging into Mason. Just typed his name into Google and my world flipped. He was a registered sex offender. 2 convictions, both children under 10. My hands started shaking. I threw up in the school parking lot. Jake had no idea. He met Mason at his construction job 6 months ago and never thought to check. Never Googled, never asked. When the investigator arrived, they interviewed Lucas for over 2 hours. Thank God nothing physical had happened. But Mason had been grooming him, asking him about his body, saying things like real friends keep secrets, and telling Lucas about his lonely grown-up life. Stuff no adult should ever be saying to a kid. The investigator said Mason's behavior matched his prior cases exactly. The innocent sleepover, the subtle boundary pushing, the secrecy. That afternoon, I filed for emergency full custody. The judge granted it the next morning after reviewing Mason's record and Lucas's statement. Jake lost visitation immediately for negligent endangerment. Mason was arrested 2 days later. Police found texts on his phone talking about getting closer to Lucas. Turns out Lucas wasn't even his first target. There were messages about watching Lucas at soccer practice, knowing his routines, trying to become the cool uncle type. Even after all this, Jake had the nerve to tell me I was overreacting, that I'd ruined his friendship, that Mason never laid a hand on Lucas and I was blowing it out of proportion. That's when I knew. I absolutely made the right choice leaving him years ago. Lucas is in therapy now. We're talking about boundaries, secrets, and body safety. The school counselor said it was one of the clearest examples she's ever seen of why these writing assignments matter. That Lucas's innocent story might have saved other kids too. He just wanted to write about a sleepover.